ask any questions if you want. Nicky, shall we start or what is your idea?
Yeah, we can. We no longer wait for any more people. If they join us, we can recap for them.
Yeah, and then when people join, I can maybe go back a bit. But okay, guys. So my name is Rodin. I'm one of the co-founders of StudiesIn, and StudiesIn is a study abroad platform completely specialized on studying in Spain. And I understood from Nicky that you guys are interested to come to Spain. Now, the good thing is that our platform, StudiesIn, is helped already more than 10 to 20, 10, sorry, I need to be exact, 12,000 students on their journey to Spain. And I looked it up. In the last years, we helped almost around 1,500 to 2,000 African students. The reason why we're so successful is because we developed a system which scans all courses in Spain. So we don't only look at the private universities, which are really expensive most of the time, but we found a method that we can help almost any student because we can get you access to the top ranked public universities. And like that, you can study sometimes for as little as €1,000 per year. So, if you don't mind, I will share my screen and I will give a brief presentation on how you guys can study in Spain. Um, because Esther, before we start off, could you tell me a little bit about yourself? We are only with 4 people anyway. So, Esther, why do you want to study in Spain? Or do you want to study in Spain? Maybe you don't want to, but you just want more information.
Sorry, of course, I want to study in Spain. Just I want to know how to go about it, the cost, the tuition fee, the duration for waiting if you apply, the
Yeah.
necessary thing that I need in the school, so that I won't just jump into something without knowing, at least having a first-hand information of what I will see if I eventually enter into such. So I want to be cleared. I want to get clarity in this.
Yes,
Sorry, I have
perfect. I thought,
cough. I'm trying not to have cough. So.
okay, no, I totally get that. Like, I would like to use this presentation. I hope that everyone after this presentation will have a clarity on if they can go or not. I would like to say if you, after the presentation, still have some doubts, no worries. I offer you all a free call with one of our consultants. So later, if you find out that Spain is something for you, you can book a free call and you can ask any questions. Okay. But by the end of the presentation, we will do another round of questions and then you can ask some particular questions, like a personal question, like I would love to study business or I don't know, anything. Okay. So I will share my screen now. So we are studies in. We are approximately 4 or 5 years in the business. Me myself, I met my partner Tom. We studied at a business school in Barcelona, and I'm Dutch, so I'm from Holland, and he's from Germany. And we studied at a business school. And after we completed, it was a pretty expensive business school. It was the EU business school. We spent like 20,000 euros on 1 year. It was ridiculous because we thought it was important that if you spend a little bit more, that you have a better degree. But after we finished our studies, guys, we found out that the degree was not accredited. So we spent all that money for nothing. And then we found out that all the websites online, so all the business schools and different university websites, they tell different stories. And most of the time, those stories are a little bit bended. So they make their school look better than they actually are. And then we came up with this idea that how can we make a system for people anywhere in the world that they can make an educated decision on a life-changing event, like to study abroad. Because what we found out, if we are from who are from Europe, we could have visited the university and so on, and find out that maybe it was not good. Even us was not were not able to make an correct decision. So therefore, we came up with this platform. This platform is able to compare all programs in Spain. So not only the private universities where most agents in maybe your country work with, because most agents, they only work with a few private universities, and therefore it's really expensive to go with them, with all hidden fees and so on. What we do in a system, and I will explain you later, is we scan all the courses in Spain, public and private, and then based on your budget, based on your transcripts, so which high schools you did, based on, for example, which region you are, and so on, we make an research on which schools are the best for you, and we make an exact plan. And Esther, this is exactly for you. We make an exact step-by-step plan, how much money it costs, but also how to access your dream university. But okay, enough about our system. Let's first talk a little bit about Spain. Because Spain itself, I moved to Spain 6 years ago, and I thought I just gonna stay in Spain for a few years and then move back to Amsterdam. But when you are in Spain, guys, it's really difficult to leave. It's just a great country. The climate is amazing. It's always around 20 degrees. In the summer, it's a bit warmer. But now in the winter, there's also just nice seasons, so it gets a bit colder. I personally really like that. The good thing about Spain is if you compare Spain with other countries in Europe, Spain is extremely affordable. So you can have a relatively good life for and don't spend that much if you compare it with, for example, countries like the Netherlands, Germany, or the Nordics. Spain, you can easily live, and I will show you later, for a few €100 per month. But okay, Spain is, I think you will all love Spain, therefore you're on this meeting. But let's also talk a little bit about the different universities. So Spain has approximately 100 universities, where most of them are public universities. And in comparison to, for example, countries like the US, the public universities in Spain are among the top in the world. So this, I don't know if you're a bit familiar with the type of social system Spain has. It is great healthcare, but also great education. So the government pays a lot of money to get the universities to a certain level. But the great thing is that you guys, if you find a way to navigate all the hoops, the bureaucratic hoops, you can study at a top-ranked, worldly accredited university for sometimes as little as €800 per year. So how do we do that? Like, I will explain you later how we do it. But the universities, I always get the question, okay, but can I study anything I like? I believe that Spain has almost any course. Maybe sometimes there are some really particular courses, but every year new courses emerge. So hot topics, for example, right now are computer science with AI. Most schools adapt that, even the public schools. So to answer the question, can you study whatever you want in Spain? Yes, you can. But okay, to compare a little bit the two systems. So you have here the public university system. I think you guys could be really interested in this one. However, to get accepted, to get to a public bachelor degree, you need to complete your high school. We need to check the transcripts of the high school. So if they are accredited, most of the time they are. However, we need to verify your transcripts, meaning we need to send them to the Ministry of Education, and then you need to approve it. Then furthermore, most of the time, if you want to study for as little as €800 per year, guys, you need to do an entry exam. And that entry exam is called the PCE. And that's an exam in your particular field you would like to study. Let's say medicine. If you want to do that exam, it's not that complex. But if you want to get into a medicine degree and study for €800, then you do a test which is focused on some biology subjects or something, science-related subjects. And unfortunately, even if you study in Spanish, if you study in English, the test is in Spanish. Why do they do that? They love if people complete their studies that they already speak the language. So the first tip I'll give you, if you want to have the highest possible chance with Spain, also with your visa process, start already with Duolingo or any other Spanish language app. Furthermore, so to study into a private school, this is what I was talking about, that most platforms out there, they can only get you access to private universities. Why? Because there are easy application processes, but we are not working for universities, we are working for the student. And therefore, we are able to break this system down. Now, yeah, if you're interested in a private school, you need to think about between 5,000 and, of course, you can make it as crazy as you want, 20,000 euros per year. Um, Unfortunately, even if you pay 20,000 euros, as I said, some business schools, they know to bend it as well, that it looks like you're going to get the best degree, but in the end, it's not fully accredited. If you go to our system, you're 100% sure that your degree is accredited, because we only work with fully accredited universities, because I don't want that you have the same what I went to when I was younger. Now, this is a little bit, you need to do a motivation letter where we help you with the Spanish, English. For the English exam is really important. Most of the time, the private universities are in English, and the transcripts and so on. This is pretty straightforward to get in. Let's go a little bit about the PCE exam. So that's that exam to get into a public university. The cool thing is, for bachelor studies, you need to do the PCE exam. So you need to study, you need to learn B2 Spanish, and then eventually nail this exam with a certain level to get in. For certain more difficult subjects like medicine, and there are more competition, it's more difficult to get in. However, the good thing is we work with any university in Spain. So if you don't get into the top medical school, let's say in the University of Barcelona, we will find you another one, depending on the grades you scored. For bachelors, you need to do the PCE exam. For masters, guys, you don't need to. Now, this is a really important one. However, for the masters, you need to do more grade legalization. So 2 more steps at the notary to get eventually what you want. However, important thing for you to know is Spain sometimes has difficulties letting people in if they are too old. So in that sense, like, you can do a master till you are 28. Otherwise, most of the time, it's really difficult to get the visa. However, I will tell you about the visa a little bit later. So, Esther, you were wondering how much the cost will be approximately. So, if you want to do your complete medical degree, let's say bachelor's degree, yeah? And if you want to start study at a top-ranked university, is Malaga is in top 100 in the world. If you then want to do this, you should do a preparation course. This is to get your Spanish to a certain level. The good thing is, if you learn Spanish on yourself, this 7,000 euros is only 3,000 euros. So if you invest one time 3,000 euros in this, we get you into the public school, and then every year you only pay 900 euros. So technically, if we bring this a little bit down, you can get a 5-year study, fully accredited in your country, for just 8,000 euros. Where, if you do this anywhere else in the world, this is easily going to cost 5 to even 10 times as much. I think it's even more expensive than in your own country, but I don't know that. Little bit the living expenses in Spain, in Malaga to be exact. You can live with multiple people in a house. It's kind of cozy. It can be a student house, and you can live for around 200 euros per month. But if you want to live alone, a studio apartment is like 800 euros. Utilities is quite affordable, but this is really affordable, guys. The food. Nowhere in Europe you can live for 100 euros to 150 euros per month. It's just Spain is great in that sense. So technically, if you arrange your cost a little bit, you can live for 400 euros per month. A good thing is they just got a new law approved. If you are having a student visa, you can work up to 30 hours. 30 hours. So you can work up to, you can be a waiter, or sometimes there are some research internships, and then you can help finance your living. Let's talk a little bit about the visa. Yeah, I don't want to brag, but we have a pretty solid visa process. We currently hold a 95% acceptance rate for the visa. I hear you think, yes, that is what everybody says. Now, I think that our system is a little bit different. So what we do different than maybe the consultants in your country is, first of all, we examine what are the chances that you can do it from your country. If you don't obtain it right away, we can get you a temporary visa, and then you come to Spain, and then we do it with the lawyers in Spain. And if you are in Spain, so if we get you here on a temporary visa, could be a tourist visa or something else, then the chances are almost 100% that we get it because we have direct connections with the embassy. Important here to know, guys, to get your visa, you need to at least have 7,000 euros. This money you can use later. You need to freeze it on an account because the Spanish government needs to know that when you come to Spain, that you can take care of yourself. So that is something you need to consider. However, the moment you're in Spain, you can utilize that money to live or whatsoever, or even pay, let's say you have your second term for your studies. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what we do different. So our platform consists of 4 different steps. The most important step we decide is the decision-making step in our case, because there are so many different courses in Spain, and every student is different. And we developed a system that we upload your transcripts, as I said. Then furthermore, you have a small intake call with a consultant where we find out if in general you could study. And then based on all that information, you fill out a survey on the platform. We match you with a particular consultant out of our network. And this is the trick. Because to get into, let's say, a top-ranked business school, you need to write a great essay, but you also need to know certain people. And the people you're going to be, the study abroad expert you're going to be matched with is an expert who only works in that field. So, for example, I help students to get into business schools, and I only work with students who would like to get into business schools. And I know all the universities there. But we have also a colleague who only helps students with medical degrees. And to get into a medical school, it's quite tough because there are most of the time limited positions, and we can fast track your application. That is just the fun. After we make a decision, so we do this, then you can have another follow-up call with your expert to make the final decision. But on the call, you get a study abroad plan personalized to you, where we explain step by step what you need to do every month. So, for example, if you want to get into the University of Barcelona, great school, one of the best in the world, we explain you by this month, you need to go do that in the notary, then you need to pay that. Then furthermore, at this month is the latest that you start with your preparation course and so on. But the good thing is that if you come from Africa, I totally understand your doubts that sometimes you pay for a school and then your visa is denied. We know how scary that is. I totally get that. So therefore, we work also with quite a lot of schools who have complete refund policies, guys. So if you, for example, what we do is first we do this decision-making process, so the orientation system. Based on that, you make a decision. And then what we do is we apply for the school. But the moment we apply, we also already check your visa process. So the 2 processes go parallel. So within a few weeks' time, you know for a fact if you can study in Spain. And then, yeah, you have little to no investment to find that out. Actually, technically, with the decision-making phase, if you're transparent enough about your resources, we can already say with 69% certainty if you can study, yes or no. That is also why we have such a high acceptance rate. It's because after this decision phase, we just give you an honest advice. Sometimes we just say, I'm so sorry. I wish we could help you, but unfortunately, your degree, your grades are not good enough to get into public school. Doesn't happen that much because we work with any school. So if you cannot get into that school, there's most likely an alternative. But most of the time, it's a little bit the budget problem. I would say if you don't have more than 10,000 euros saved up, it's not going to be a pleasant experience. So 10,000 euros, you could need to use that for different process steps and also to live the first year. And if that is difficult, then I would say search for a loan. And if we find out in that stage that that's already really difficult, then most of the time we recommend not to start with the process. Okay, so we are not here pushing you into something just to get the money, not at all. Like we have for the application and also the visa process, if the mistakes are made on the visa process by us, full refund. And in the application phase, we most of the time, of course, depending on if the student completes his messes up with all the deadlines, we always keep on applying. Most of the time, we only need 2 applications till you are in your dream university. Okay, that's a guarantee. Little bit about us, and then I stop with my stupid sales talk, and then you can ask any questions. So we are only working with Spain. That makes it possible that we can specialize so much. But also the good thing is we are in Spain. So if there is any problem, we know which person to reach in the faculties, but also in the embassy and so on. We currently hold an 4.9 star review, so almost perfect on Google out of 350 reviews. And if you want, I can send you even more reviews, because I totally get it that sometimes there's quite a lot of scam and it's difficult to trust someone, especially when it's just online. I get that. So I would say speak with Nicky if you need more confirmation. I hope I can find a way to convince you. Furthermore, we have here this orientation system. So within a few days time, you know for a fact what you can study, but also, let's be honest, if you can study. Then we have a completely digital platform who guides you step by step, and we have different departments. So when you eventually have made your decision, then there's a team who guides you through the whole application process. And like that, we standardize everything and we can keep the quality extremely high. So we are not letting you in the cold, or certain processes are not working. No, this system is built by thousands of students who already went through it. And therefore we ironed it out and made it pretty good, I must say. These are a little bit all the partners. So we work with more than 40 different private universities, and we can access any public university. Then we have a whole fulfillment network. So it's important for you to get a good insurance, for example, to get the highest chance on your visa. But we will advise you on that. And furthermore, depending on what you decide to do with us, we can help you get into your housing, but also with your residence permit. Because I think Nicky knows how sometimes difficult the bureaucratic process can be, also in the UK, and Nicky, it can take up to months. We know how to fast pass that for the students, so no worries. Here's a little bit the team. So we have this team is in Barcelona. This is my German co-founder, as I told you about. Then the operations and so on. Then we have the fulfillment team, and we have in every specialization we have consultants where you get matched with. So I said the medical consultant, then we have the business consultant, then we have someone in, for example, natural sciences, someone's really specific who loves everything with nature and certain really particular master studies. And like that, we can help any student with the highest possible service level. So this was a little bit the presentation. I would say, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And please let me know if you have any questions, then I can answer it. Esther, any question?
So,
Rodin,
Yes?
yeah, I want to ask a quick general question, because I'm sure it's also what is boiling in the minds of everyone here and those who will be expecting a feedback of this at the end of it. What are the chances of one traveling with their dependents, either their husband or their wife,
Yes. Good question.
either for masters or bachelors, any of those?
Yeah. Okay, good question. So first of all, I would say that if you apply properly, so meaning you do a full-time studies, and you freeze the good amount, so let's say minimum of 7,000 euros for your visa. Then furthermore, you fill out all the papers, or we will do that for you. The chances are pretty high. Of course, you should not miss any any appointments and so on. And it would also be, if you really want to make sure that you make it, if you speak already a little bit of Spanish, they always love that. So that are just small tricks. However, if the person, the spouse, so your child, we helped last week a mother again successfully from, she was from Ghana. Officially, you can bring your a child. So that can be. However, I think you are interested also to bring, for example, your husband and so on. No worries, you can do that as well. What we always advise is first one person needs to go to Spain, starts the studies, and shows the government in that sense that he's serious. And then what you can do is we can start his visa application for your husband, and you can get your student visa then as well. You don't need to do a full studies. We can do that for an intensive language course, so that's more affordable most of the time. And then there's a really high chance because they favor if a person is already there. They give you extra exceptions. However, I'm not a lawyer though, but the only thing what I know is that we helped successfully already a lot of African students. But most of the thing is you need to reserve, you need to have minimum, as I said, of 10,000 euros. Then we can help you. And that 10,000 euros, don't worry, that is you can use that in Spain as well. But it needs to be frozen so the government sees, okay, serious students, we don't need to worry about it. But did I answer the question, Nicky, or no? Any other question?
Good afternoon, Robin.
Yes.
Good afternoon. I want to
Yes.
ask, you talked about the age factor. You said for masters you should not be above 28. So if somebody is like say 35, can the person still come to Spain for master?
I'm so sorry. Like we have experience with this, so um, yeah, it's a little bit. So like, what Spain wants is that you are. Yeah, so we have just a lot of experience that with applying for visas, and if a student is above 30, the chances decrease to almost 50-50. Because yeah, that is just unfortunately how it is. They really want that most of the time people they do a master's right after the bachelor's, and yeah, they want yeah, they find it important and they're afraid that yeah, you know why in that sense. So yes, we helped here and there some students who are about past 32. We did that successfully. However, I I I don't want that you go through all the stress for all the months and maybe a rejection. So I'm gonna be honest, like if you are older than 30, the chances are not that big. But before 30, we can definitely make it happen. Yeah. Cynthia, I'm are you older than 35?
No, I'm not older than 35. I'm 35, so that means it won't work out.
Like what we can do is like you can speak with a lawyer. So what Spain is doing every year, they make different requirements. However, in certain countries, they're stricter than others, but it depends all on the budget you are willing to set aside. So if you're 35, for example, and you come from an Africa country and you can put more than 12,000 euros, you can freeze that. Furthermore, get a good insurance and so on, everything as well. Then there's a chance that you can do that. But the government needs security after 30, and that is yeah, we did it with a lot of students, and yeah, so unfortunately, we are not really keen to support students which are older than 30 for their masters. Yeah.
Please, I would
Next
like
question.
to ask a question.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Please, there is a program that we have here in Nigeria that is called a Higher National Diploma. So can one go for masters with that certificate? I mean, going for
Um.
masters with Higher National Diploma.
Okay, and is that the national diploma? Is that seen as a bachelor's or
Yes,
a high?
here is seen as bachelor's because before you can get that higher national diploma, you have to study for 4 years and 1 year compulsory industrial attachment.
Okay. So I'm gonna say yes, but we need to look into your transcripts. because most of the time when the requirement of the Spanish government is that you need to study at least 4 years for the particular degree, and there need to be certain, yeah, you need to have certain accreditations of the school. So the only thing what I can advise you is please go to our platform. Nicky will send a link later. What you can do is make a free account and then book a free call with one of our consultants, and then he will ask you to upload your transcripts, and then we can look at it. Okay, because every transcript is different, but it sounds like that you would be possible. That it would be possible. Yes.
Okay. Then on the issue of the age, you when we are talking, you made mention of something. You made mention of getting the person in on another visa, then apply for the school when the person is already in Spain.
Yes. Yeah. What
So
is
when age stands as a problem, is it possible to get the person in Spain first, then before the person go for the studies?
Yes, that is the way how we got the visa for other students who are a little bit older. So we need to get you a tourist visa. You can get it. We can arrange that sometimes with a business reason. We can get you in, and then with the lawyers here from Spain, if you are here, we can. We almost makes. It's almost certain that you get your visa. But we first need to get you into Spain. So there needs to be a reason. We have some tricks. Sometimes students go uh, participate, for example, in a congress. And when they are here for a few weeks, then we can start the application from here. So that is a possibility for students who are older than 30. Yes. So,
Uh,
but the processes are sometimes longer. Um, but I'm not a visa lawyer. So I can contact you with one of our lawyers, but that is one of the loopholes which we can go forward. Yes.
okay.
Any other questions, guys?
I have a question.
Hmm.
It's about you made mention of 100 public university. I
Yeah.
actually have an interest in doing a postgraduate course, that is a master course. So I'm interested in getting a school that's if I'm applying, there will be, I don't know, let me still ask. Like, is it possible to get a school that for the application fee, they're not collecting? At least you get to start the process first. Then from there, you now know what to do with the fee, how much you're going to pay, which you already said that for proof of fund, the person need to have at least 8 to 10,000 euro that will be frozen in his account or her account. Then you also made mention of one entering through a tourist visa while the process is being made. Then another one equally said something like writing a Duolingo or grading your for master level. So must you write that exam before you start applying, or you just need to apply? Does it entail that all school that you have to write this IELT or Domingo exam before you apply? Or is there school that are exempting such this thing? So I just want to be sure on, okay, if I'm going for a public school, some school, or is there any school that will not accept application fee? At least you apply, you get the admission, then from there you now start paying for your visa and the rest. So that's
Yeah.
actually the thing I'm interested in now.
Yes. Okay. Um, Applying for a public university for a master is is definitely possible without paying the full application fee. So most of the time to get an offer letter, so that is the letter you need to get your visa. You can do that for a master's, and most of the time that is between 100 to 300 euros. It's just an administration fee to get in. However, for bachelors, that is a different story because for bachelors, you need to do the PC exam. However, there are definitely schools, Esther, where we can get you in. And then based on that, if you get the offer letter, um, you don't need to pay the full tuition fee yet, not at all. With the offer letter, we start with the visa process, and then the worst what could happen is that you would maybe lose 300 euros for the administration fee if the visa doesn't go through. So I think that's a really good option to go for. Yeah. So, but like sorry, Esther, what I would recommend you to do later, Nicky is gonna give you the platform details, make an account, and then book a free call, and then you can do the orientation session, and there everything will be clear. We will, for example, find you your best courses, but also we will make the full timeline, and we give you a full breakdown of the chances and the steps you need to do. It could be, for example, that your consultant says like, "Nou ja, we can get you into the school within 2 weeks. Start your application, your visa process, and then after, because the visa process is multiple steps, one of the steps will be going to the embassy, and the embassy appointment is most of the time already the most crucial one. But then you don't need to go through the full application process or the full visa application process. So we start always like this. So we find out, okay, what are the chances before starting everything? And therefore we have the orientation session. So Esther, if you want to know if you can go 100%, we look at all your details and we make a clear plan, and then we can almost say with certainty if it will go through or not. Okay? I need to see your case, and I hope you understand that.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm ready for that process.
Okay, great. Nicky will send you later some more details, okay?
All right.
Homogloban. Sorry, I most likely don't say your name correctly. You wanted to say something. Let me know.
Yeah, I just want to ask if someone is having a third class and is ready to move with dependent and there's a transcript, is it possible? Or is there any way the person will not be getting any school at all?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat, please? Could you repeat?
I said, if any of your, let's say somebody I know of is ready to apply for any school and is having a third class and is ready to move with family, is it possible?
Um, yeah, it depends how big the family is. I answered this question before. So what you can do is you can apply and get into a university first as a student. Then later on, you can get your children here. We have quite some success stories. And most of the time, if you want to get your wife or husband here, they can do that. And they need to do then a long-term language course. And then what you can do is, in the meantime, you can find a job. And so most of the time, the student gets a visa for 1 to 4 years. So in that time, you have quite some time to get a job and get a working permit. If that is the case, that one of you two, so or the wife or the husband gets a permanent working permit, then you can extend your residence. But we always start with a student visa, and you can get that with a full application course or an in minimum of, I think out of my head, 20 hours per week language course. So that could be an affordable way to get your students. But yes, it's possible for sure. Depends, of course, a little bit how big the family is. But I gave already as an example, last month or last week, we helped already a student from Africa to come with her daughter. And that was actually not a problem at all. As long as the child is under 18, then it's relatively easy in terms of the visa process. I hope I answered the question. Any other questions, guys?
All right,
Please,
thank you.
is the school now open or is it opening later? I mean, the schools to apply, are they open right now?
Yeah, they are. And I would say I don't want to. So, like, to give you a little bit of an idea, the process itself. So, to get you into a school, a good public school can take up to a few months. So, to prepare in that sense, To get into a master's is relatively easy, but to get into a bachelor's, that takes some time. Also, public schools fill up relatively quickly, but yeah, we can fast track it, so we have more spots available. But to give you a little bit of a whole time frame, so we start with the orientation. That will take approximately 2 to 3 days. Then you know for a fact if you can study, yes or no. Also, you know what you can study, and then the application process, depending on the students who has the different documents he has available, and also the time he has available. Most of the time, a private university, it takes approximately 2 weeks, and a public university can take up to 2 to 3 months to get in. And then for African students, to get a visa, it's between 2 months to, unfortunately, sometimes 8 months. But what schools have is, if the visa process stagnates, you can apply for the year after. So if we start today, guys, we can get you into the intake in September, almost certain. But you need to be a bit quick, because I know students, including myself, love to procrastinate and think they have all the time of the world. But moving to another country, Nicky, it's quite difficult, moving to another country.
Yeah, of course they have ideas because they have one or two friends or siblings or family members who are already into the whole thing. So yeah, have a bit of
Exactly.
idea
So
how to
you
go
need to
through that.
take time. And the good thing is, if you have time, then a lot of processes are be able to arrange. But if there comes stress, so I don't know, you want to study in September, and there's stress, the process, it's difficult to predict what the exact steps are. And that is when you work with governments and so on. But we can speed up the process, so no worries. We have a question. Bessie. Hi, man. Nice to meet you.
So because actually, how can we one start the process? Because actually, I'm going for business, which definitely, like what you said, you are going to be the one to handle that.
Yes, I can help you.
So, so
So what?
how you
Yes,
said?
yes. Sorry, please go ahead.
No, I'm asking how do we start the process? How do one start the process?
Okay, the process starts as follows. You make an account on our platform. Then you're gonna have a free 50-minute call where we explain you what is inside of the academic orientation. I explained it already to you guys, but sometimes you want to ask a few extra questions. Then for 99 euros, 99 euros, you get to work with me. You have two in-depth consultations. So the first one, our research team will research based on your transcripts, your budgets, and a lot of other data points, the best universities and courses in Spain. We make a personalized study abroad plan. So that's a whole plan with all the financial breakdown, with the different process steps and your best options. What we always do is then we always do an ambitious option. So your dream option, let's say business in the University of Barcelona, or we add a business school, but we also add a lot of good to go options. So imagine we go for the University of Barcelona, but it doesn't work out at the last moment. We still can make that you can come, because we bet on multiple horses. What happens then is then we're gonna have another call. When you made a decision, we're gonna make another call where we look at all the different courses and we make a decision together. And then you start with the application. The application process is per university different. So it depends on which university you go, Bessie. If you want to go into, for example, a top business school, sometimes you need to do a GMAT. We will help you prepare for the GMAT. We will check all your documents, for example, your IELTS or your standard English certificates, but also we will help you with a university entry training. So to get into a university, most of the time they want to call with you and we do a training session with you. And what we do is on our platform, you have a dedicated specialist throughout the whole process where you can ask questions to. So if you're stuck with a document, can be with visa or the application, you can ask questions. But the whole platform guides you every week, meaning if you want to get into a certain university, you need sometimes to go to the notary, or you need to, for example, write an essay or prepare for a test. We will help you. with all the steps, because to get from your country to Spain into the university, a lot of steps, a lot of deadlines, and that can be really confusing. But approximately, we work between 2 to 4 months with the students. Bessie, is this a little bit answering your question?
No, 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 no. Yeah, I was about to speak while the other young man was already speaking.
Oh, did it answer your question?
No, 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 no. I haven't spoken yet to.
Oh, sorry. Someone else asked the question. Okay, I hope I answered the question. Bessie,
Okay.
tell me,
Yeah.
how can I help you?
Please, sorry, I actually joined the webinar late, so I'm totally lost. I don't know what you were discussing about and all that. Please, I would like to book an appointment with you, then tell you my plans and whatever, if I'm qualified for anyone. Please.
Yes. So, Nicky is going to share in the group later a link. You can press on that link. You make an account, costs 2 minutes, and then you can be able to book a free call with someone. You can
Okay.
speak with me. You can speak with me if you want to do business, but I have a lot of special consultants working. What do you want to study, Basi?
I, I am a medical doctor, so I would like any master's related program.
Okay, so I have our consultant Irina. She's specialized purely on medicine. You will speak with her, and she will do the orientation session with you. Medicine is an interesting subject. You know that as well. It's sometimes difficult, but we know how to help you. So there are excellent. I don't know. You know, right in Spain, we have a public healthcare. It's one of the best in the world. So they have really good courses available.
So I
But I'm
want to,
I'm not.
I
Yeah.
would like to speak with her, know the list of your health related programs so that I can maybe see what one I'm qualified
Yes. So
for my
I
center.
yeah. So Nikki is going to share with you a link. There you can, what we do is the orientation session. So our research team, based on your requirements, so your transcripts, also
Yes.
your budget, they do the whole research. We present you the options. You get matched with your consultant, so the medical consultant, and then you have multiple sessions with her. And then you know for a fact how to get into the courses, but also you know for a fact if you can come to Spain. But it requires quite some research. But Nikki
Okay.
will share the information with you later after the call, okay?
Okay. Okay. I appreciate.
Thanks for your question. Christian, Christian, you had a question, and then after Sunny, and I think we are then almost at the end.
I've got a question. I've raised my hand for a while now.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I didn't see that. Hi,
Okay.
Rachel.
Yeah, I want to ask, is there age limit to any master's program in Spain?
So, like for master programs, there's no age limit, but there's unfortunately an age restriction or a little bit of an unfair process in the embassy, the Spanish embassy. So I already spoke about it, Rachel,
Okay.
before. It's like the Spanish government, if you are older than 30 or 32, we help students up to 32, then it's still possible to come. But the Spanish government, unfortunately, has some restrictions in place. If someone wants to do only a master's, um, and they are older than, let's say, 32, it's quite difficult. So there are ways to get you that visa, and I explained them. Then we need to get you a tourist visa, and then we do the process from Spain. Then it's still possible, but then we need to build a solid case. For example, Rachel, that you are doing a conference in Barcelona, and then you get a business visa, and then we can do it there. If you are in Spain, there's a really high chance that we can get you your visa, just to get you a little bit of an idea. But the
Oh,
restrictions for the schools for masters, there are not many, especially when you have a good education, had a good education before.
okay, many of us here are more than 30. I don't know. So it becomes, for those of that more than 30, that means we should just exit already now.
Or can you please repeat? I'm sorry, I
I mean,
didn't
that means
hear.
that that means this meeting is not for those of us that are over 30 because it's like you're heckling tax already. There's
So
already our
like
age is already a roadblock. That's what I'm saying.
So like I said it already before, like there are quite some consultants who just would say, yes, of course,
Yeah.
we can help you. We can help you. But
Mm,
we are not gonna say that. So yes, there's a chance, but I don't want that you wait for months in stress and then in
mm,
the end you get a bad resolution. You know exactly how
yeah.
bad governments sometimes are. It's a little bit of a, the Caesar game. If
I
the
understand.
embassy if has a bad day that day, they will reject you. But
Mm,
so we are mainly focused on higher education. If you are
mm.
below 30, we can almost guarantee it. And so we can help you till 32. So Rachel, does that still fit?
All right. Okay. All
Okay.
right then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your
Yeah.
sincerity. Yeah. Bye. Yeah.
Hi, Sunny.
Hello, good afternoon.
I
Yeah, good afternoon. Sorry I joined late, but she asked the question I wanted to ask. I have a two-dimensional question. Number one
okay.
is, I like the fact that you guys are very bent on being very transparent. Transparency is very important. And having to find yourself in that situation where you tell people the way they are and as well rate their expectation goes a long way. Meaning it's a calculated risk. Am I correct?
Um, if you do the orientation session
Not
and
at all. Like I
then
said, I just came
no
in. So
no
what I'm saying is it's a
yeah.
calculated risk and it makes a lot of sense. It's quite good, having to, differentiate the age bracket and the possibility of, getting the visa shows your transparency. And it is a bit convincing, not a bit, it's much convincing to know that at least one can work with you guys, having to meet the criteria. Okay, now I have two questions. So my first question is, like you answered, anything more than 32 is almost not possible. But the question is, let's assume one is 34. Can the person also
Mhm.
go through that, tourist visa route and migrate to masters? Is there a possibility on that?
Yes, but it depends on your ability to freeze the amount of money for the visa. So if you are
Okay.
able to freeze up to 12,000 euros or more, then the government will be fine.
For
But
how
if
long are
they
for how long are we supposed to do the freezing of 12,000 euros?
so the freezing is most of the time the first months, and then
Three
later on
months.
they release it. But it needs to be you need to have that money ready so you can live. You understand why the government does that, right? Because
Yeah,
otherwise
I
they.
do. I do. Okay,
But
that's a good one.
but
And
mhm.
is there a payment? I've got two of my brothers who are below 30, 21, 22, 20, who are interested, immediately. The question is there a stipulated payment plan or is it a one-time payment plan?
For the visa you're talking, or for our fees, or what are you talking about?
No, your fees.
Our fees are not much. So our fees are 99 euros
99
for
euros.
the orientation session. So then you know if you can come, yes or no. You know
Okay.
exactly what to study. And then depending if you want to study a private university, it's only 399 euros, and we help you 3 to 4 months to the application process. If you want to study into an affordable public university, then it's 699. So if you're able to pay that, then we help you through the whole process. Um, you can pay the fees in two parts. We are fine with
Super.
that. But
Okay.
I think the most important part is for you to find out if you have enough money for the visa process. The visa process is not that you pay for the fees. That is not the most expensive thing, but you can freeze that reserve. So that is you cannot get a loan in Spain, for example, for that. You need to get a loan in your country or ask family. If you have that ready, we can help you 100%.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for answering my question. So how do I book for the session? Or do I contact Nikki henceforth?
No, no, Nicky is gonna send details after the session to the group, and then
Okay.
you can click on the link, and then you can sign up, and the rest we will help you with. No worries.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, I have one more question because I need to go, unfortunately. We can do this in a few more weeks again, but and I will send you also the transcript. Sorry, the transcript and the recording. So Nicky, you can share that with your network, okay?
All right, I will.
Okay. Okay. One more question. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. Chiukawadozi.
Okay, yeah. Well done, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the information that you just passed through. But my question here is like, I want to ship in one question, not actually for me, but for a brother. He's having a visa refusal in one of the country, and I want to know if he's going to be available in this training now or this course. Is it going to be possible for him to apply for Spain and the possibility of him getting the visa? So I want to know.
Okay. So is you say he has visa problems? So his
Yeah,
visa
he
got
has a visa
rejected?
refusal. Yeah. Visa refusal, sometimes I stay.
Okay. Yeah, of course. We can try to appeal it. I don't know how far he is in the process. Most of the time, what the visa embassy says, the embassy, you can try it every period, or it's 6 months or 1 year. But did he already appeal the visa? Meaning you get rejected and then you can appeal it? Do you know that?
Yeah, yes, I think he has done that too. He has already appealed, but they still stand on that same decision that, in fact, they gave him a ban that he cannot come over to the country any longer.
Oh, they banned him.
Yeah, they
They,
banned
they
him.
ba- yeah, then I'm sorry, we are not God. Like I never heard of that, so I don't know. Like most of the
Sorry, I don't
time,
think he's talking about refusal in Spain. I think he's talking about in another country.
Yeah, another country, not
ah,
in Spain.
oh, okay, okay. Thanks for clarifying, Cynthia. No, of course, we can start with the Spanish process. If you are banned for another country, the embassies are not talking to each other. Not at all.
Okay,
So we can start with a clean sheet. We can find the course, and then we can build the whole case. Also, you see how much resources are necessary, and then we can start the process from applying, get the offer letter. With the offer letter, we start the visa process, and then depending on how easy it is with freezing the assets, so freezing the amount necessary, or we go with the tourist visa, or we apply directly. But that is something what our internal lawyer needs to tell you. But the steps before are most important. So finding the university and then eventually getting accepted. If that is not possible, no worries. Then you don't need to spend any money on the visa process because you need certainty. I get that.
okay, thank you.
No worries. Hey guys, it was a pleasure meeting you all. Nicky is going to share with you our recording so you can watch that back. I will also
Okay,
send
thank you.
this. I will also send a summary of the call, and Nicky will send you a link where you can sign up for. And then, yeah, maybe we can help you out. If you have any other questions, Nicky will also share some testimonials in the group. So from other African students who we helped out, maybe some other students, also American students. We have a lot of students who went through us. And let Nicky know if you need more certainty, because I totally understand it's a really, yeah, it's an important decision. And I hope StudiesIn can help you guys. Thanks a lot. Nicky, we speak later, okay? Uh,
All
we
right,
speak
yeah,
later. Is it okay?
yeah.
Okay, guys. Have a good evening. See you
Yeah,
later.
thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
Yeah.
one. Bye bye.
Thank you.
This the Nicky. Now, don't run commot.
You want to ask question?
Yeah. I won't say this. Their school fees they very very affordable, and it looks a bit straightforward, except for the fact say
Exactly.
the age thing. Don't go be like US. Even US not even publish like that one.
How old is the US one?
No, US they get this problem of age too now. No, it's not like you stand a better chance when you are younger. It's not like he has said. It's not like it is is as in you will be rejected, but you stand a better chance when you are younger. But you
Of
know that
course.
now you can now get less of this age problem.
They don't care. No,
You see.
you can carry go anybody. Now your money they
Yes,
find.
now as long as if you tell UK says all this while I've been working, if you CV reference, that one we don't you just
But
clear you.
I wish say this masters of 18 no get. I wish say this masters of 18 no get this age restriction. Now very good. They're very affordable.
It is very affordable. Some of their schools is less than 1,000 now, and most people for
Yes,
UK they even the UK citizen now. One of the countries they go past if now even Spain, because the weather is not too bad, and it's somehow the life is just all right.
Because Nicky they talk say one of the most cheapest places to live in Spain.
Yes, now I just say UK citizens. Me, I did UK. I just joined because of somebody.
You say waiting fine.
Now I did UK actually. Most of the UK citizens.
Cost of living for Spain is cheap.
Yes,
okay,
now.
Richard, you did UK like this?
I did UK, yes. I get colleagues when they stay their house, they pack go Spain now.
Are you serious? And they be England citizens.
Yes, now.
That means life.
Even for church, sir. People they as they go sell their house, go carry their family, go Spain.
Now an opportunity for people to take. Because this
kind of opportunity. Now just this age. Just tire me.
If not, you ready to go?
Spain get immigration friendly policy now.
For Spain?
Yes, now why if you do that thing where you talk now, say if you move with tourists, then they go prepare you for school.
Yes.
Then
other countries, you know if you do that.
You know if you do lie, you know if you try for UK. That's why you come for tourism, you must come out before you go do anything.
If I hear like this now with this tourist pattern where they talk, how much person go to spend, Richard?
Like no, that thing they cheap now. The only thing you need that only that proof of fund.
Now that POF be the main issue.
That be the main issue. That money they cost now. You know, we spend reach 2 million naira safe.
You don't go Spain. Are you serious?
Why you want spend reach 2 million? Let's say you use agent now.
No, I know they talk. I know they talk. Is their things are still like the cheapest. Now just say that proof of fund.
Now
that proof of fund. So you can pay for proof. They pay for proof of fund for year now. That will not be problem.
Yes, now, but I think their own. But say they freeze them for their account.
It be like that thing when they talk be like waiting Germany they do.
German one they go freeze them for their own account.
For 3 months, Abi?
It depends.
You
see?
But a very good opportunity because when they notice people on the con, they will come, they give unnecessary policies.
They go change them again. In fact, the thing the matter and in fact I don't they think and this thing this Spain just like it's just one of the best really for anybody there. Actually, if you just because it's your mind you just you go often they work like for UK now, yes, the school fees they high, you go work, you go use and pay the money. But you say the throughout way they study, they pay school fees. You know, your heart go they pant. But this if you go work Spain. For 2 months, don't pay school fees of 1 year
so that means
for Spain.
Work this Spain be that now.
Work this Spain now for we now like but mostly for people like on a medical and hospitality.
Yeah.
Where they where English people they come where we're here. Because they get very good medical system.
For Spain now,
yes, now they say one of the best medical system in Europe.
Man, this opportunity.
But the only limitation now to learn that language.
Spanish no hard now.
Spanish no hard now.
Spanish no hard. One easy pass French now and English.
Spanish easy pass French, but no easy pass English because English is our lingua franca now. You don't forget.
Now make a day say it easy for us, but Spanish no really difficult.
Spanish no now one of the most generally accepted languages.
In fact, if any Englishman feel learn language, when I just say English, they feel they learn Spanish. Now I know it's not easy because those will not get brain for language.
They don't get brain. No be lie. They don't get brain. English people don't get brain. But anyhow, Richard, you did the group, Abi?
I did the group. Now just some few of my family and friends will like where would they see how they come up from Bulabi. Now make me join this group. Make I can't get the information. I mean, now make me join this call.
I beg, waiting be your name. I go like chat. You get what I go want to discuss with you privately.
Just the same Richelle. Now Richelle, I did not use. I know it's another thing for my this.
Don't worry, I go chat you up later. Yeah.
I beg, I need the link for the group. I beg.
This guy go. Okay, you know
the group. Are they Saudi?
You know the Malta group.
If you there abroad, if you there Saudi, and you want to do this study, even if you there up to 40, you go get the chance of getting the visa is higher than people who did 35 for Nigeria. Hope you know that one.
Now if you get residence for Saudi now.
If you there Saudi with as in you there legally, for Saudi.
Yeah.
And they work here as a
Yes.
doctor now. Work here as a doctor.
Okay. Ah, there you go. If you move now.
Okay,
If
see
you
the
move,
medical doctor. No, if you like making day 50, they will give him
See, that the age
the
where I'm
visa.
there, where
For the medical doctor, if you like making day 50 years, they will give him the visa.
see, I joined late. I can't hear the age of not more than 30 years. I make a call, say I go book session with them, discuss.
But you know that one no go affect you. If you remain to make you medical doctor, if you like make you day age 60, you won't go read another course for there. They will give you visa.
I'll be
So you
medical
and
see,
I
doctor.
know the you and that will know the same thing.
Nothing
What I
Nigeria
Yeah.
they do
notice,
here for Saudi,
what
where
I
be
notice, I say
where I no
most
be
of all these
where I no be
policies,
Muslim. I
most
no
of
be
all these
Muslim.
policies, now
Any
Nigerians they
non-Muslim
make
person
them
where they a
make these
doctor or
policies. So
nurse,
should be you
I
know.
ain't dey do here.
Richard, you ever I talk?
And I know your talk.
I said most of these policies now Nigerians they take them on majorly.
Yeah.
Now, so
Now,
now.
Yeah.
Nigerians,
Nigerians, yes.
because imagine say now with less than 1,000 euros.
I dey
No,
tell
now
you.
that's very cheap now. Almost 40% of Nigerians can afford that. And they tell you
But it should be say Nigerians
Okay.
information no still dey out there.
information don't
Yeah,
dey
now
here. That be the
information be
problem.
the main
You know,
thing.
say I get
Information
my
be the problem.
classmates when we won't do this japa. I did my classmate say she don't dey is it Madrid or something since. Do you know today that girl no agree they respond to me.
Are you serious?
When she no agree respond to me because I know say them they struggle as they struggle for Nigeria. Now when I don't come
Madrid.
here now, when I don't when Nicky they find way they go water, they now I can't still chat this girl. After when she can't still say are they abroad, then she can't respond. When I come out and say, where exactly, what exactly, how as I just started to talk about that coming somebody, I have somebody that want to come. She no answer me again reach today.
Why? Why did they do
My
like that?
secondary school classmates, I think we'll still go the same university. Safe. I don't know. Some people just be like that because if people don't get information,
Now, be
people
the
don't get
problem.
information.
But like Chukwu, the way ask about that visa ban, no, that visa ban, I don't say that thing fee fly you if him apply
No,
for
you
visa.
know, it
Once
depend.
him
No,
dey Schengen,
no, it's not true. Even the same country will ban you. Sometimes when you see apply, if you see get the visa, depend on the reason for the ban. And then when you apply for
so
any visa,
ban dey different from refusal. Oh.
no, I they tell you, when you are banned, you see, let me and that is when you are banned. The reason for the ban, when you want to apply, for example, let UK ban you now, for maybe the contest now for misrepresentation most of the time. When if you say you lie
Yes,
about
now
something,
and fake documentation.
maybe you fake
Now be
hair
the reason.
documentation. Yes, when if you appeal that ban, or if you know say no one do appeal of the ban, if you apply for another visa with a lot of explanation and evidence to counter the ban.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you can do that. As in, I told you, I don't see people where you work for. And it was like, make I just waste that money, make I just try. And it worked. It works. One woman they tell me today now from Peking where they deny. Say in country, can't say another person they deny the Peking. They can't go do DNA test. They say make you prove so be say they can't deny, say maybe you get the Peking. And last say no. All you need is strong LOE, letter of explanation. Oh, that's all you need. Then reapply for the Peking. Then they go just give them. So
Richard, I
no
go catch you
everything
later.
about visa now just to explanation, real good explanation
Richard,
with evidence.
Richard, I'll chat you
Yeah,
later.
that's
Thank
it.
you.
Discuss with I beg, give me of a person the link.
All right now. It is well.
I
This
beg,
age thing just spoil my
I
evening.
beg, I want to get the link. I beg to discuss with the Nicky.
Nikki, the person Nikki don't come out to. Maybe Nikki no.
Yeah,
Nikki go
somebody
day
just
group
sent
now.
me for
Nikki
the
day
link. I don't
group.
know anything about this group. And somebody just sent me that.
Okay. Who they look for the group? I don't even know where the chat room. Where chat room they. I don't know. I don't even know how to do the group link.
Give me the group this thing.
By your number, you go call now. Make person use add you up or send you link for WhatsApp.
Send them your WhatsApp. Send somebody your WhatsApp number now. Send somebody your WhatsApp number
Okay,
where they use and
I
link.
beg. Nigeria or Saudi or Nigeria or Saudi.
Nigerian number is all right. Almost all of us Nigerian
Okay,
number will take
Any,
there.
any number where you use follow.
okay. 070
Who they take them?
Beg. Make I ask you.
Okay, make I just take your number. Send them to Nicky immediately. Making whether I go your add Nicky.
I beg. 070.
And they come and they try to find Nicky now.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. 070, yes.
33,
33, yeah.
yeah, 695.
635, eh?
Oh no, 695. 695.
695, yeah.
786. 786.
786. Make I call am again. Zero seven
Okay,
zero three
correct.
three six nine
Yes.
57
No, 7 no did you. Okay, 7, yeah, 57.
86. 86, is that it?
70
Yes.
33
Yes.
695.
695.
Yes.
Yes.
7 070 33 695 786 786.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
I shall send to Nicky now. He go add you.
Because the actually men mentioned that I should speak with whether Nicky will send me a link so that we can have a discussion.
Alright, no wahala. I bet do make come up for Saudi go Europe. I know say yes, if you earn more money for Saudi, but nothing. You no go get permanent residence. You no go get
Career
nothing.
progression, yeah. Career progression. I just
Now,
they just
second passport to be the
work.
main thing.
No fit do any program.
And they tell not be the main thing now. Get second passport. If you see, hey, you just run, go back to Nigeria with your passport. Or
Yes, now.
enter somewhere else. You understand? I know I can't. I mean, I don't know. I know say money is good, but I cannot be in a country where even if I say 20 years, I no go fit get passport. What is now the essence? My children no go fit get
That's so.
passport, even though I born them for there. What? It no make sense. So really.
And
Now, if you just get the money
if
from there, like someone like this doctor, now
yeah.
even they apply now from Saudi when they
No,
no
no,
born
give me
that
the money. I get the
embassy, they
money
no
to
go reject
apply.
them.
And I want to get their requirement if they will grant me with that age.
All right, no wahala. No wahala. Mm-hmm. All right, now don't send Nikki. I don't tell Nikki may I add may I add you.
You don't hear prayer, I don't start now. They won't break their fast.
All right, now no wahala now. Now bye bye.
Okay.
Love, what they eat, eh? Eh? I don't make am, my beloved. I don't make as soon as I come back. You know, hear me? I don't put am down now. I put am there, I cover am. I wrap am well. I don't make the food as soon as I come.